Don't let one bad leg haunt your parlay. Parlays turn into payouts, and now even near misses won't haunt your bet. The NFL season is here, and DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, is rewriting the rules with Ghost Leg, a new game-changing promotion that turns close calls into cold, hard cash. Best of all, it's available to all DraftKings customers. Here's how it works. Build any 3+ leg pregame NFL parlay on Sunday, apply your Ghost Leg token, and if one leg loses, DraftKings makes it vanish like it never existed and pays you out in cash for the rest. Last season, over 30 million parlays were lost by a single leg. This year, Ghost Leg gives those busted bets a second life. No more busted parlays that haunt you all season. With Ghost Leg, the bad leg vanishes. The payout doesn't. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code PFF. That's code PFF to unlock Ghost Leg, the promotion that makes one bad leg disappear and pays you out in real cash. Ghost your losses, get your payout in partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Baylor taking down number 17 SMU 48-45 in double overtime. Let's go over the highest graded players, starting off with the Baylor Bears. Starting off with their safety, Jacob Redding, 83.4. Wide receiver, Kobe Prentice, 82.8. Center, Colton Siraki, 79.3. Tevin Williams, III, the cornerback, 74.8. Offensive guard Omar Egbedian with a 74.3 grade, and then Sawyer Robertson with a 75.3 grade in the win for the Bears. Let's go over to SMU with their highest grade players in the loss. Offensive tackle P.J. Williams, 82.2. Edge rusher Cameron Robertson, 77.6. Linebacker Brandon Miazono with a 75.7 grade. Edge rusher Isaiah Smith, 75.7 as well. Wide receiver Romello Brinson, 75.5, and Kevin Jennings was a roller coaster in this game. He finishes with a 49.3 grade. Dalton, for you, that's that the whole story.
This game just felt like it got to a point in the second half where Baylor just so badly needed this win. Coming off the Auburn loss where they were physically dominated. They were down early in this game. This could have been a real mess. This game could have got away from them. And it just felt like they needed every bit in their heart and soul to win this game, and the biggest reason they did win this game was Sawyer Robertson being able to throw the football downfield. Baylor has not run the ball as well as we've thought they would through 2 weeks this year. Bryson Washington was better in this game. Obviously, they were playing a defensive front that was not quite as good as Auburn's last week. SMU's got a good front, but not that good. Robertson, 10-plus yard throws, 10 for 17, 253 yards, 4 touchdowns, 5 big-time throws in this game. He just, at a certain point, you could feel it, especially with as much as he was throwing the ball downfield and attacking these SMU corners, which last year we talked about as the weakest part of their defense. That's probably still the case this year. Those cornerbacks had a 56.3 coverage grade in this game, and obviously with Robertson throwing, over 450 yards, that's just what's going to happen. The corners are going to be the ones to suffer in this SMU defense. They don't want to throw it at a great pair of safeties, but I think that really was what it was, is eventually Sawyer Robertson said, look, if I don't just try to take this game over with the weapons I have, we can't start 0-2, man. We just can't. I know it's out of conference. I know at the end of the day, maybe it doesn't matter, but I just think it felt like Baylor, you could feel it. Probably sometime late in the third quarter or so, you could feel it where they were just like, we can't lose this. We cannot start 0-2. We just can't. For our own, almost for their own psyche, they could not lose this game, and Robertson and the receivers especially found a way to get it done.
I'll go with my most impressive right here. Sawyer Robertson, 34 for 50, 440 yards, like Dalton said, 4 touchdowns, 0 picks, 77.4 passing grade, 5 big-time throws, 2 turnover-worthy plays. He also had 28 yards rushing in this game, too. He has 859 passing yards through 2 games, the most of any Power 4 quarterback and the second most in the entire country. Baylor's ground game, which we thought would be the driving force of this team preseason with Bryson Washington there, it's been relatively average because the offensive line hasn't really done that well. Washington hasn't really gone off either. He had a decent game actually against SMU, but Robertson's had to carry this offense a lot more than we thought he would have going into the year, and he's done that, honestly. They didn't lose that Auburn game because of Sawyer Robertson. They lost it because of the run defense, honestly. He put up 24 points in that Auburn game too, and he put up enough points to win this ball game too. So shout out to him because the leading passer in the Power 4 right now, and he has been having to carry that Baylor offense.
Yeah, I think there's a balance that they have to work because if Robertson and the receivers are the best part of the team, fine, lean into it. But he's also second in the nation in dropbacks at 107 dropbacks in 2 games. It was really not how this offense was supposed to be designed. But if that's where we are with Baylor, then that's where we are because there has been struggles. The struggles on defense are extremely concerning. Yeah. I mean, that's the one thing I'll say, especially going into the Big 12 and some of the offenses you have to deal with. They've given up 83 points through 2 games. That's not how you draw it up on defense. And
I know it's 2 relative top 30 opponents, I know, but still.
Right, but I mean, you're going to face more of them, right? You're going to face the good teams in the Big 12, and you can't give up 42 points a game in the Big 12 because you'll get in shootouts like this, and you get into coin flip games, and this is how you win or lose 50-50 games, and it comes down to the last play. They have to get better on defense, but it's a massive win because again, you could almost feel it watching where they were just like, holy hell, we can't be 0-2. We just can't. We cannot. We have to refuse to be 0-2. We can't start like this. So credit to them for finding a way to win, but they do need to get better if they're going to be at the top of the Big 12.
The desperation, you're absolutely right. You could feel it with Baylor. And Dalton, my stat, Baylor had 0 seconds with the lead in this game, but they won the game.
I don't think they never had a lead, I don't think, in the first game either, didn't they? I think Auburn just got out in front, and that was it.
Yeah, well, at least they won this game. They didn't win the Auburn game, obviously. Right. But 0 seconds with the lead, and yet they still won this ball game, too. Because they had the game-winning kick in double overtime, so obviously no seconds come off the clock with that one. They were consistently down in this game, but they never rolled over and gave up either. They trailed by 14 points with under 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and they still made a comeback to tie the game and then won in double overtime. Credit to Baylor, man. They never gave up. They got their season back on track. I mean, if they could have been down by 14 to SMU and said, hey, we lost by 14 to Auburn, we're not going to win this game either. They didn't give up, though. And they came back, they tied the game, then they won the game in double overtime, too. Credit to them because you could feel the desperation for Baylor in this one, and they got it done against a top 20 team in SMU.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, it's Robertson, then his receivers as well. Josh Cameron with 151 and 2 touchdowns. Ashton Hawkins, 145. 8 of his 10 catches went for a first down. Kobe Prentice with 2 touchdowns, the Alabama transfer. They found a way to will themselves to a win. Just real quick on the other side, we're a little worried about Kevin Jennings. I know that some of the surface numbers go, wow, high-scoring game, all the yards, all this, but like that, he's the biggest roller coaster in college football right now. Yeah. And we're seeing this consistently in big games. The Penn State game, the Duke game last year where it was, 6 turnover-worthy plays or 6 turnovers they had in that game. There were the first half of the Clemson game, the ACC title game. Now this game.
Some head-scratching plays, too.
If Jennings has to carry them more this year because their defense isn't as good, they lost darn near their entire front 7. I don't love this. I don't love this. There's more tough games on their schedule. The roller coaster fact. When it's good, when you get good Kevin Jennings, with the highlights of Kevin Jennings, man, they're fun to watch. But I'm a little worried about the up and down nature that we see from him consistently in big games, and there's more big games coming.
It was a roller coaster. His 75-yard touchdown pass was a turnover-worthy play. So
the first one,
it should have been picked off, but he got a 75-yard touchdown, which, again, is why we here at PFF exist for that kind of play right there, too. But then you had the one where he went past the line of scrimmage by 4 yards and then still threw the ball, and he got obviously an illegal throwing the ball downfield penalty. He tripped on the ref after scrambling out of a pocket, too. It was just all over the place for him in this game. Now, the raw stats look decent for him, obviously, but you look under the hood, and it wasn't as pretty for Kevin Jennings.
You can't do those types of things. And Baylor is a good team. They just got to figure some things out on defense. You can't do those types of things against good teams. And when they get in, I'm gonna look at the games right now that they're playing. But I mean, when you get in the ACC and their ACC schedule is not as easy as it was last year. They're at TCU in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
not easy. They've got Clemson. They've got Miami. They've got Louisville. You can't play the up and down roller coaster ball in the big games because there's at least 4 more of them coming, and you never know what surprises you along the way. They got to reel it in. He hasn't been great so far through 2 games, even though SMU scored a lot of points because they run a high tempo, and that's just kind of how it works with Rhett Lashley. But you can't have this roller coaster at quarterback. They've got to get better, and a lot of those habits look the same as last year.
Yeah, I mean, my preview on Tuesday, I talked about how Kevin Jennings against 2 high defenses really was average, and Baylor ran too high at one of the highest rates in the country, and you saw some of the issues with Kevin Jennings in that game too. So Coming up just short in double overtime, Baylor getting a major top 20 victory on the road too over SMU, 48-45.